Are we live? I think we might be live. I think something's going on here. Better put my headphones on. Hello, hello. I think we've just gone live, and just as we've gone live, we're joined by Ben Draws.
Yes.
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
I can, and I better turn my audio down on my iPad. There we go.
It's a lot darker than I thought it would be.
It is that time of the day.
Night.
Definitely. It's, what's it, 2 a.m. where you are? It's 1 a.m. where I am, so...
I was actually about to go to sleep until I saw you going. I got this little invite. I'm like, oh, okay.
Intriguing. Yeah, let me welcome everybody who's jumping in the chat. I won't be able to bring up people's comments today because I'm using Google Hangouts. But let me look at my iPad and I'll call some people out real quick because people are jumping in. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming, of course, is the first one in the chat today. Spiral Queen has also joined us. Katie Fries is in the chat. Shelby's Corner has joined us. Shelby's Corner is still awake. Same time zone as me. Supreme Nick is in the chat as well. So welcome to everyone who's popped in thus far. What happened was about an hour ago, I did a Twitter poll. Let me see if I can find it on my phone real quick. The problem is it doesn't show you your own post real easily. You've got to go looking for it on the old Twitter. So we're going to go over that right now. But basically, I tweeted out with a poll the people who are in my Twitter followers. That's the word I'm looking for. And I asked them, with Nimmin Live not happening today and the wake up stream, I was a little bit of lost, I guess you could say, because I was doing other things other than getting ready for streaming. And so I did a poll, said, should we go live and do a Q&A, or should we go live and do a Viper style hangout, or should we do nothing at all? And I'm trying to find the results here, but it was overwhelmingly in favor of doing a Viper style stream. So that's interesting. Can I find it? All right, here we go. This is the way to do it. Go to this. Okay, the results are 33% said just to do a Q&A, 67% says to do a Viper style stream, and 0% says don't do anything. So,
well, there you go.
I sort of had to stream. So here we go. Let's see who else is popping in. I can see Flash in your pan popping in. I got to look at my iPad today because I can't pull it up on the screen. This is so different. Super Dave USA's here as well. Some of the usuals from the Wake Up Show, of course. That happens right before Nimmin Live, usually on a Saturday morning. So it's understandable that people will be circling that time of the morning, same sort of people. So I've been joined by Benny Draws, of course. I sent out a couple of extra invites to a few select people. So we'll see if they get those or not to jump in and join us. What I was trying to do, because I thought, well, I'd still like to open up to Q&A. So what I was trying to do is see if I can do this. Let's see if we can make this happen live. Now, what I do is I go to this and I do this, do a screen share. Here we go. Now, let me know if you can see that.
I can see it.
There we go. Now it says ask a question. I don't know if this works. I'm trying this out. It's always good to experiment on a live stream, not just do the same old, same old. So there's a link there. There's a Google Slides link, goo.gul or gwo.gl/slides/JVVURF. Apparently, if you go there, you can leave questions. Apparently. That's what I'm told. So if anybody wants to test that, feel free to test that. I'll leave that up on the screen for just a second while I'm talking. You can see my lovely thumbnail for the stream there. This is officially the Nimminati Saturday Withdrawal live stream, because at this time we're normally watching Nick and Dee do their thing, and today there's none of that at all. So there we go. So if anybody wants to get adventurous and see if that link does anything, where it takes you and what happens. You can let us know in the chat as well. Let me have a look. I see Michael Helly is in the chat. Who else is here? Everybody else I've called out so far. Let's see what people are saying. The one thing about I've got like a standard size iPad. I'm looking at the chat now, and it's just the writing is just too small for me.
You need glasses.
Yes, indeed, I do. It's all this YouTubing is making me go blind. Well, out of focus, I should say. I won't say I'm going blind. Everyone's saying good morning, good afternoon, Houstonati. There we go. Shelby's Corner says she was watching anime when she got the notification. Lovely, lovely. And there's everyone's saying hello. Fashion Pants said he was reading and replying to comments. Yes, I spend a lot of my days doing those sorts of things these days. I'm getting a lot more comments on my channel, I must say. Anyway, I've put that up long enough. Let me go back to me. I think I do that, and I should be back. There I am.
Woohoo!
There we go. I'm learning how to do this Google Hangouts thing. I know I've used it a couple of times for some of the Creator Hangout streams, but bringing up those little things. I can. Oh yeah! Somebody did submit a question. It's not a real question, but it's a test question. And it even brings up the real person's name rather than their channel name. That's interesting.
Is that a big red button I see on your desk?
Ah, yes. Here we go. For Christmas, my lovely adult children got me these yes/no buttons, and so when you hit them, you get like a random yes or no sort of response, and it's really loud, really obnoxious. So they sort of sit on my desk as a set piece, but I don't like touching them, and I'm certainly not going to hit them now because there's people in the house actually sleeping right now. So I don't want to hit that. But yes, it's a green yes and a red no button. Just know that they make sounds. I can like slam them down like I'm on a game show or something. There we go. So yeah, that's what's happening. All right. Well, let's test this because I can see there's a couple of test questions there. So I want to see if this works. And we go to that. Now, if I hit that,
God,
there it goes. It's just it's my daughter. She decides to help me test things. So the first one, and she's put, how does it feel to have the best daughter? So there you go. The Q&A system does work. I can bring up Q&A questions in real time in a little presentation slider format. That's pretty cool. I only found that out right before the stream. So let me go back to me. There we go. It takes a few seconds to change back. That's the only thing. So, Benny, what's been happening in your neck of the woods in the last week or so, channel-wise?
Channel-wise, not awfully much. I've been planning on releasing a new video, which you know what I'm like. I plan on doing something, then it never ends up getting done. I was debating whether to do a live stream this week, and I'm like, no, I'm probably better off editing a video, and I think I got distracted or sidetracked somehow.
Yeah,
I've been mostly cleaning out my pantry and getting rid of a moth infestation, so that's been my excitement.
Oh yeah, there's always some housework that needs to be done somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the chat. I've got to remember that the chat is here and there are people watching. Shelby's Corner. Yeah, the mod ones always stand out because they're in blue.
I just saw Hybrid still popping in.
Hybrid's there.
Yeah.
How are things, guys? Welcome. Photo Fins here. Are the Nimmins going live this AM? No, they're not, because Nick is in a plane flying over the Pacific Ocean right now.
He's heading to America or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on a long journey. I was chatting to him on Viper's stream earlier today, my time, and he was sitting at the airport watching Viper's stream and just commenting in the comments. So Nick, if you're catching the replay, because you're probably not watching this on the plane, he's probably sleeping, in fact. I know he was flying up to wherever it was to make his US connection, and then off to sunny Arizona, I believe, is his first stop. Lovely. So let's see what's happening in the chat here. Some Nimminati's dropping. So the short answer to Photo Finn's question is no, there's no Nimmin live today. So Nick will probably be streaming at odd times as well, whilst he's in America. Something he might do an impromptu sort of quick live stream here and there. But he might schedule like a Q&A or something, like a Nimmin live or a one-on-one sort of Nick unplugged sort of thing. He usually does when he's traveling. It's usually at different times than the standard Saturday morning, though.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens like next week and the week after, because he's over there for a couple of weeks. But keep posted. Don't forget, Dee's probably going to be back streaming tomorrow if he's got his internet fixed.
Is Dee still in America? Is Dee still in Thailand, or is he in America?
Yeah, no, Dee is staying home in Thailand, so he should be on his normal schedule. So he should be back to streaming Sundays,
right?
Like he does. So you should be able to join him probably around this time tomorrow, if a little bit later, if he's got his internet issues fixed.
I was gonna do a little bit of a Vipe impersonation, but it's 2 a.m. currently where I am, so I can't really bring that kind of fire. Unlike him,
the Randy Savage, the Randy Savage style. Oh, yeah. It's interesting to try and bring the energy at this time of night too. Like I know what I do for the wake up show, and I'm prepared, and I've got the questions, and then there's a lot of back and forth with the chat, particularly. So that's always good, and it's just interesting because I know normally I would do this sort of stream in our daytime, so it's like in the evening US time instead. You get a different group of people coming through from different parts of the world, but also the people who are, they're home for the evening, so they're watching YouTube or whatever they're doing, so they're more likely to be jumping in and joining in for those sorts of things. So their evenings as they go into the wee hours, a bit like Viper, being Viper Live particularly. It's a bit like that.
Although I can't do the Vipe energy, I can do the Vipe SMR, if you know what I'm talking about. Except I've got to bring the microphone closer to this end.
That's it. Let's see what's happening on the old Discord, because everything's dropping. Here, cool. Just make sure I haven't been like tagged or anything. Real quick. It's like, hey, you're live. What's going on?
Hybrid still goes, Beanie, you are too posh to be Aussie. And I was actually thinking just before, I was going to do some Aussie ASMR by going,
Let's see what questions we got in the chat, because I will. Hybrid's hyping it up in the chat. I see. That's good. If anything says, the only weekend where I can join them because I'm not snowmobiling, and now they're not live, Mark. Yeah, definitely. Try and catch. Hopefully, D will be at his regular time, and he's been. I think I was speaking to D yesterday on Discord.
Yeah,
but not about that. What else? Okay, you're 6 hours into the future, Hybrid. Okay, that was Super Dave. Could just go crypto style, says Sweeney Dunstan Gaming.
And then get demonetized.
So everyone, if you've got a question, just you can pop it in the chat. We'll be fine. We'll try and pick stuff up from the chat. I don't think we'll go too fancy with the Google slides thing. But if you caught the link on that, feel free to drop it, because I'll see if anything drops in. I got a little window that pops up if something pops in there. I don't think we're going to stream too long tonight. We'll just a bit of a hangout, just to get that streaming out of our system, because we don't have that Nimmin Live happening. We don't have the Wake Up show happening.
We've got Dr. Stern in the house.
Dr. Stan, welcome to the live stream. Anybody get any questions? Let's drop the questions in the chat. Drop those questions, and I'm going to try and pick them up with my eyesight. Actually, I can see it. So if I sit it there, I can glance over and get the latest stuff coming through. So I'm doing all right.
Normally you're the one doing the trivia, but someone should be giving you the trivia instead, getting you to ask the question, answer the questions.
Well, there you go. Yeah, ask me questions. It can be a trivia question. I don't mind. And don't forget that with the Wake Up Show, there's a link. If you go to the last Wake Up Show, in the description of that video, there'll be a link where you can drop questions for use in the future show. So make sure you drop those in. If you've got trivia questions of any type, as long as they're PG, I can use them on the stream. So yeah, let's see. Old Car Auto Guys in the stream saying hello. Well, he says yellow folks to be exact.
How shells did she shell by the seashore? Right. Oh, actually, that's a good question. Not that, but how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
42.
And I'm going to be one of those. And let's see if this actually works. Hey Siri. Well, it worked on
mine. It's one of yours.
It worked on my iPad, but not yours. Actually, I want to try this. Let's see.
Why? Because I'm wearing headphones, so they can't hear it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I said, "Hey Siri, what's on my God?" And she just goes, "That's an interesting question." Yeah, because I did this on a live stream with somebody else's because they had the Android Air thing working, and like you could type in things into the chat, and they had some sort of robot where it would like where it'd play the audio. So people were like going I think it's like, okay, let's see if that works. Okay, Google, and seeing it, whose phone lights up, and then you like say how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I want to see if that happens with this one. Hey Siri, come on. No, come on.
Oh, it's not working.
Nah. Yeah. All right. Let's see if it works now.
Okay. Shelby's Corner asked me a question. What year is oh, she's going full trivia here.
Oh, okay.
And then Hybrid answers it straight away. So, what year did the first Back to the Future movie come out? And the answer was 1985. That is correct.
I would have answered a while ago.
Let's see what else. Some woodchucking going on in the chat. Oh, I'm not going to try and repeat any of that. That's a tongue twister.
And let's see what Siri says. Hey Siri. Okay, now you're not going to work for me. Okay. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
In a study called The Ability of Woodchucks to Chuck Cellulose Fibers, published in the Annals of Improbable Science in 1995, the authors found that woodchucks chew wood at a rate of 361.9237001 cubic centimeters per animals per day.
Well, there you go.
That is a very thorough answer. And you've got like the British series.
Yeah,
I got the same one.
Yeah,
it's like it reminds me of like the that ship on that show Legends of Tomorrow. It's got the computer voice.
Oh right, yes.
It's a British sort of sounding female voice, Gideon. So yeah, I like my DC shows.
Funnily enough, the Google answer is a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, it probably is. Let's find all the Easter eggs on Siri and Hey Google. Okay, let's have a look. Anything new happening in the chat?
Oh, Shelby's asking a good question there.
Hey, Doug, how old is Minecraft? As old as it needs to be. I don't know. It's got to be getting close to 10 years. Yeah. I don't know what year it came out, because I started playing it quite a long time ago, and it was out way before that.
I was playing it back in the beta days, and then I kind of... I was talking to Sweeney about this the other day, and there's a few, because he does all the different blocks on his channel, like the Minecraft for Dummies, and there's like a whole bunch of new things. I'm like, oh, okay, when were those introduced? And he's like, oh, about 4 or 5 years ago. So that's how long it's been since I played Minecraft.
Yeah. My son got me onto it, and so he was like mad. And then I think we started playing like on the iOS version back in the day.
That's a bad experience.
And that was like a whole like the world size was X number of blocks, number of blocks and stuff like that. And you know, you can only dig down so far. And so you hit the edge of the world and different things like that. But that's where I started playing. I didn't start playing the Java edition for quite a while. I don't want to play on a computer, no. And now I cannot play on a mobile device. I have to play Java. I can't play Bedrock or whatever they call it now.
I'm trying to remember if I started playing Minecraft on Java or on Xbox, and I started on one of them.
Oh, I can't play with controllers. We've got it on Xbox 360, and
it's actually surprisingly good on controller. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, the kids like playing it because it's like you know, joystick. And I'm like, no, I need a mouse and keyboard. Mouse and keyboard. Hybrid says 17th of May 2009, so we're coming up to 10 years. I wasn't far off. Let's see. Yeah, because Sweeney does some gaming, plays a bit of Minecraft, I believe. So he's asking if that question was for him. Adventure Success is in the chat. What's up, guys? Thanks for the invite. We'll stay here and check out your journey videos.
Super Dave USA says that he's old school and played Atari. I played Commodore 64. Does that qualify as old school?
Yeah, Atari is pretty old school. I played the was it the Atari 20? Is it 2600? Is that what the number was? And it's like it was like a joystick, square joystick with a stick and one button.
Yeah,
that was it, and it was like a cartridge.
Oh, the games I played came on tape.
Yeah, that was like after.
Oh, after, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the Commodore 64s and Amigas and stuff came out. I remember having my first computer had a tape deck on it.
Yeah,
that was like before floppy drives were all a real thing, unless you're like a business.
I was surprised you could actually do any of it, because I know to get the Commodore 64 game started, you actually had to program them in. So it's interesting how you can actually get coding working from a tape, like not even just like an actual cassette tape.
Yeah, it was like because you have to play. I had programs I had to load on my first computer. It was just one of those Radio Shack, you know, whatever they were called. And so it was so you had a tape deck next to it, was connected. So and when you played the tape, it was like a modem sound. So it's basically like like sending a program across a modem, loading it into the computer, and then if you didn't do that, you would just basically all you could do on the computer was like program BASIC.
Yeah.
And it was a basic.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, command line, so that, you know, it was a good way to learn code, but or get you used to the whole concept of code.
Yeah, my dad had these huge books of like just code to like actually program the game into the Commodore. So that kind of stuff was pretty interesting. I couldn't understand any of it though.
Yeah. And you're probably real keen on playing something, so you'd have to like, sit there and type the whole thing in, and then you hit, and I got something wrong. Do it all again, or edit it, or whatever.
And apparently, if you touch the computer, it would ruin anything. It's like, don't touch the computer until it's finished compiling.
Oh dear. So yeah, fun. Let's see what's happening in the chat, shall we? Lily Tree's in the house. I see Lily Tree's joined us. I'm trying to find where we're up to.
Shelby's turned into El Jefe.
Oh, who disliked this stream? I will delete your kneecaps. Oh my. I'm not seeing anything update on my side on my iPad, so that's all good. All I'm seeing is a number of people in the chat. Let's see who we got here. Bedrock Edition is hard for me to learn. I like Java better. Yeah, I agree.
I also agree.
Yeah, Katie Fries used to play the Atari. I used to remember playing Pitfall, Chopper Command. What else did we play? And then it had that basic table tennis, like the two lines, like Pong or whatever it was. But it wasn't called Pong on the Atari. It's called something else, I think. But it was so basic that we didn't play that.
Did you ever play River Raid? I think that's what it was called, River Raid.
No, I don't think we had. Don't think I had River Raid.
That was a good one. And Cuba.
Didn't have that one either.
Oh, you missed out. We had Pac-Man and Dig Dug.
Yeah, named after me, of course. A lot of old school. Some of the Super Days mentioning Pac-Man. Some is mentioning the Radio Shack Tandy 1000. I can't remember what model mine was, like a Tandy Radio Shack. I think mine was I don't know what the 80 stood for. It was TRS 80.
Question for the Americans: do you even know what Tandy or what was the other shop you talked about?
Well, Radio Shack's the American version.
Right.
Remember when we had? I remember Tandy. Who did they get? They got taken over by Dick Smith.
Yeah.
And now Dick Smith is now a website only owned by Kogan.
Yeah. They used to be really good back in the day when they would sell like actual cables and wires and like motherboards, and then they went into just like no one's going to know what I'm talking about here, but then they did a JB Hi-Fi and decided to turn into everything else.
Yeah, they started selling like, let's just sell TVs and stereos and all that sort of stuff. But we had a couple. We had one that was up here, and they just moved into the big shopping center. They got a space inside, and they just fitted it out and everything, and then they went bust. I think the last thing I bought from them was my Apple TV.
Nice.
That I've now got sitting over on my TV.
What's the Apple TV like? Like, it's one of those things where I can't imagine, like, not wanting to throw any shade your way, but I can't imagine it'd be worth the money.
Yeah, because it's like, what are they? Oh, because this one, because I got the Apple TV 4, so that was like that wasn't like the cheap $100 one. It was like so one that actually has apps. So it's like, well, you can game on it. It has games.
So is it like Netflix?
Yeah, it has. It's got Netflix, everything. So I got my Netflix on there, got my YouTube on there, all the catch-up TV on there. There's a whole bunch. So you can you can put on there. I got a Twitch app, so I can watch Twitch streams, all sorts of stuff. So
it's basically a Chromecast.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing, like Chromecast or a what do the Americans have? Those what are they called? The little box of Rokus.
I have no idea what that is.
Which is basically what the Telstra TV is over here. It's a Roku box.
Telstra TV like Foxtel?
Yeah, they've got like I think, because I've got one with my last contract, and I got like 24 months of Foxtel Now, the streaming one, and I think I watched it the first month, and I haven't watched it since.
Yeah.
So I got access to like some of the Fox channels, and I can't even watch them.
Yeah,
I don't even watch them, I should say.
Foxtel's overpriced and overrated. You can spend it's like, I think it's like $100+ for like just the basic channels, or you can get Netflix for $10.
That's right. I'm just catching up on the chat. I've seen Centipede, Pac-Man mentioned. And those computers were expensive back in the day. They were like thousands of dollars what you'd pay today. And we go, we don't want to fork out for like an iMac or something. It's about the same price as an iMac. Then you got this little thing that you have to program yourself.
I'm wondering, do you reckon I should have this little fella as my co-host in the future?
Oh, there you go. You're going to need someone to like voice him or something. Like give him a voice.
I wonder how good I am at lip sync.
The lips are moving a bit there.
Yeah.
Pinball. I see pinball mentioned. Pinball was an actual real thing on a board for you young people. Pinball is like a real ball on a real thing with flippers.
Pinball on Windows is pretty good.
Oh yeah. These, what was that? They're like, do they still have that?
Probably. I haven't checked.
That's an interesting one.
Let me see.
See, we're talking anything, everything tonight. It's a free for all. It's we're not even talking about YouTube or creating or anything like that. There we go. It's
the
a
Aussie
withdrawal.
version of
It's just for the sake of streaming, I think.
it's the Aussie Vibe Live.
It's Aussie Vibe Live. What's going on? We're hit down under here. I'm wearing my beanie draw shirt, and it's the middle of the night, but that's all right.
This is your boy Beanie, the man about nothing in particular at all.
The man about dinosaurs. Sonic pin. Somebody mentioned Sonic pinball up in the game, not just ordinary pinball, but Sonic pinball. Hey, are they making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? I saw
Yes,
some
apparently
art
it's going to
renders
be
and
live action.
I saw some art renders for Sonic, and he looked a little odd.
He's had better days. It's like, do you remember the old Super Mario movie?
No, I was probably fortunate to miss that. Was I?
Yeah, it was done before. I think it was done either just before or just after the first Super Mario game was ever released. So it was like before, Bowser. They had him as like this guy with like a weird haircut, and like the Koopas did like these dudes in suits with like tiny little turtle heads. You should watch it just for a laugh.
Oh, sounds crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. Beanie that. Oh, Harbor's giving you a script there in the chat.
Nice.
What are your Shelby's Corner says? What are your opinions on pasta? Yes, I like pasta. I eat it. It's nice.
It makes it nice and full.
I like it with a bit of sauce of some description, depending what sort of pasta it is. I like bolognese particularly. I eat that a lot.
And sometimes it makes for really good birthday cards.
Oh, like when you do it like at school when you're really young and like in preschool, whatever, and you glue, and then they don't even bother like dyeing it, so they just sort of glue the plain piece of like tube spaghetti, tube pasta, whatever it's called, to the card, and then or there might be shells or it might be macaroni.
All about vehicles. Hello.
Howdy. Yeah, I just saw that pop in. It's definitely just a hangout tonight. It's just a hangout. Or today, this morning, this afternoon, this evening.
You mentioned other people were. You gave a link to other people, and
I dropped one for Car Galaxy Studios.
Right.
He's busy till a little bit later. He said he might pop in, and I dropped one on D Nimmin just in case. He's probably probably haven't seen it. I don't know. I just I'll drop a couple of people and see who wants to join.
Oh, you should try and get Viper on. He's probably asleep though. This is probably like after all the streaming he did earlier. This is probably like he's probably half fully asleep.
I'm gonna drop it. I don't know where I'd get him. I dropped him in Discord, so I'm just seeing whose Discord am I in.
Apparently, he doesn't use Discord.
Oh, I just got sent a picture from Shelby's Corner on Discord. It's a picture of Luigi dabbing. I don't. How would I bring that? Can I drop that in there? What happens if I do that? Nothing. Okay. Did I just do something then? Probably can't do that. Oh yeah, maybe I can. Let's see. Let's see if I can show everyone. I'll just show it for a second. I'll just use this screen share. There it is.
Cool.
Dabbing there. Let me get out of there before because that was showing my whole Discord.
Before secrets are revealed.
Before secrets are see who I've got direct messages from. I don't know. Yes, I got a direct message feed from Beanie.
Yeah. Asking what the hell is this link about?
What? All right, what's that? Let's go back here. All right. Back to the chat. Does ramen noodles count as Sweeney Johnson Gaming? I guess I don't know. Noodles are a little different to pasta. They're similar but different. But they're the same. I don't know.
Well, technically they're the same.
Yeah, it's the same. They're just sort of made in a slightly different way. Although it's similar as well, depending on how you end up making them.
What is the difference between pasta and ramen noodles?
There you go. Let me.
Good old Siri, but she didn't really go into too much detail. I found pasta and ramen. I think I actually prefer ramen noodles.
I'm dropping a link for hybrid.
Ah, cool.
And we got Flipped Classroom Tutorials is joined us in the stream. We're just having a bit of a hangout today here on the channel, just to get those Nimminati withdrawals out of the way, just because there's no Nimminati stream today, so we're doing our own thing, just providing a bit of an outlet for people. And you know, we sort of open topics at the moment, but we'll you know, if people have questions, we're happy to jump in and ask any of those sorts of questions based around content creation, YouTube, filming. If you want to ask about phones, our opinions on phones, you can ask that. Or if you can drop a trivia question for us, that's fine as well.
Or it can just be cool.
I just got a message, so I am dropping that into there. Beautiful.
It's a shame I didn't find these for the stream we did a couple of days ago when Nez Nation Professor Nez joined us, and he was doing the whole, you know, when he takes his glasses off, things get very serious. He puts the glasses back on.
I think he's got sunglasses like that too. I've seen some of his Twitter, Instagram posts when he's out and about. I'm sure, you know, like he's whatever they're called. What are they called? Like little
aviators,
little vlogs.
Oh, right,
yeah.
Right.
What's up?
Mr. Hybrid Steele's joined us in the stream. That's the word I'm looking for.
How are you doing, fellow Nimmin mods?
And you've got mini hybrid,
mini Nimmin mod. Yeah, mini Nimmin mod. There you go.
That's
say that 5 times fast.
Mini Nimmin mod, mini Nimmin mod, mini Nimmin mod, mini. Yeah.
I see Savage Scientist in the chat. Welcome.
There you go.
Terry GC is in the chat as well. So sorry if I've missed people in the chat as I've come in. I'm trying to pick people up. A little bit harder in this format.
Hello, mini hybrid. He can hear me now.
He can hear you, but he can't talk properly. So
yeah.
So you don't want to listen. Okay.
Dr. Stan says the ramen noodles would work well for hair on your pasta art.
I see a little pop box, and I raise you a pop vinyl as well.
Ooh, there we go, pop vinyl.
Are we playing pop figures now?
I saw you. Oh, that's Silent Bob in the background.
Yeah, I've got Jay and Silent Bob. Hold on. Jay as well.
Ah, nice.
There you go.
I actually use this box as my tripod.
I don't have a pop vinyl, but I have a yes button.
Hello, Savage Scientist.
I've got my own logo, actually. Hold on, give me a sec. Drop off a sec. Get that. All right. Hold on. Oh, it's going to break. Right, logo move.
We're all doing well here. We're all doing well. I'm just monitoring the chat while. There we go.
I got one of these.
Oh, that's interesting. Where'd you get that done?
My friend makes them.
Oh, nice.
Just like a Perspex etching, or is that glass?
It's a Perspex. He did it using a router tool.
Yeah.
Basically, he started it as a hobby and then decided that people wanted them more than anything, and it was just like, oh yeah, can you make me one? So he started to do it more as a sort of like a hobby / job on the side.
Cool. Is that one of those ones where if you put a light underneath it, it would like the whole thing would glow?
It's got an LED to it. It's just you have to plug it into USB.
Nice.
You have to put it on your head. In there. Okay.
Now you can hear.
Ah, you see, that's a different person, isn't it?
Hello. Yo, what's up?
Right, there you go. Now you can hear people.
See what's going on. All happening there. Drop those questions in the chat, by the way. He's got everyone hanging around in there. If you got a question for anybody on the panel, you can
No, don't do that.
drop it in the chat. That'd be pretty cool. I got nothing new in that old Google side thing, but that was interesting. I just wanted to see what that was all about.
It's only half chaotic. It's only half chaos.
Savage Scientist is asking, I want one. Can you put a link in the chat on the glass art? Does he have a website?
Oh, basically, if you keep, I'll probably post out a video at some point. But I'm actually going to be doing a video for him because he's a mate I've known since I was like 4. And so I said that I'd make a video for it and promote out the page as well. I showed it to Midnight Madness, and he was like, "Dude, I've got to get one of those because they look sick with blue." And I was like, "Actually, it does look pretty good in blue." So, when I've done the video, I'll share it out, and other people can have it. Savage, I'll drop it to you. Hopefully, I'll have it done by Tuesday for the next Chaos stream. I'll drop you a link then.
Nice.
There you go. There's a good answer. Nice.
And I know his hybrid was very, very careful to. He was about to go all chaos, and he's
I was about to swear, yes, but it's during the day. I'm supposed to keep it politically correct, so it's all good.
Well, we're all nice. It's all nice and early in some parts of the world, but it's like super late after dark here.
It's still about how Doug starts his Saturday morning wake up streams at like 1 a.m. in the morning.
It's not so much as a wake up stream. It's more of a I need to stay awake stream.
Yeah,
hey guys,
it's to get me going before Nick and Dee get going. Hey, Kevin, how are
you? Hey, how you doing?
Good man. We're almost a couple of mods short of a full squad now, so.
Anyway, let's see who's. Who's pinged me in Discord? Oh no, that's all right. It's all good.
Did you want the other one that might fit in that ear? Here you go. Right, you have that one. All right.
It's all happening over there. Okay, so
you have this one.
Going on there. Nothing for
no, like
it's uncomfortable.
He doesn't like the in-ears, evidently.
Oh no, the other one. It's a headphone.
I'm going to hit the questions in the chat because I think there is one or two here. What are your future plans for each of your YouTube channels? Ever thought of... There we go. Ever thought of collabing? I think most of us have done at least a collaboration of some sort with somebody. Even
no, I haven't.
Just doing these streams is sort of like a collab in a sense, isn't it?
Okay, if you count the stream as a collab, then yes. But as something on my channel, no. Purely because all I literally do is review games. There's no point in collaboration because there's no point in having somebody else's opinion when I'm doing my own opinion on that game as well. So I just that's why I'm sort of a one-man band.
That's fair. Beanie, have you done any collabs?
I've considered it, because I've only just started really doing the whole streaming thing now. I'm just like, there's some things I want to try, but it's just not exactly sure how to go about it though.
Interesting. I think Kevin, you've done some, haven't you? Yeah, you did some stuff with. Who did you do some collabs with?
Oh, most of mine have been like contest submissions. I've done a little bit of collabing, but not in person collabs. That's the one thing I haven't done yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, like I did stuff for Nick and I did the one for the Vid Summit and
yes.
What was the other one I did? Oh, I did one a while back for Nimmin Live.
Cool. Yeah, I did one video for Check It Media. Michelle at Check It Media. He's got a Dutch channel. I did I can't even remember what it was, but it was like it's something to do with gear. I think I reviewed one of my microphones or something.
Oh, I remember that video actually.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half ago or something like that. I did that. I don't think I've done too much else myself. So yeah, that's something that sort of will probably happen more down the road, particularly if you go to Vince. Anyone who goes to Vince, I'm sure stuff happens whilst you're there.
There's books everywhere, mate.
Yeah, I
So-
think one of the biggest issues is just like everybody's kind of spread out. So actually getting together, like if you have creators in your area, it's a lot easier to sort of meet up and whatnot. But where I am, it's like the only place I can go is Toronto, really, and that's an hour and a half away. So it's kind of like a whole day thing if I have to go up there. But I should try and find like I was going to say there's a few creators that we know that are in Toronto. So
cool. Oh, interesting question. That was good. Is it true that people in Australia only live near the coast and not in the middle?
Yes.
Most of the population is on the coast. That is correct. But
Because it's too damned hot to live in the middle.
That's
Well,
right.
the indigenous people live around sort of everywhere.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like rural areas. So there's like big, not big cities. There's like big towns and small cities in rural areas. Like our capital is off the coast, is not on the coast. It's inland a little bit. Like you got Alice Springs right in the middle of the country. That's not real big, but it's like the biggest thing around, like in the middle of the desert, basically. So it's no Las Vegas.
Mind you, Alice Springs is pretty much typical Australia. Like that's a tourist version of Australia.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of small towns out in the middle of nowhere in the bush or in the outback that are just 100 people or 400 people or but there's a few inland cities like Toowoomba and Mount Isa. There's a few in Queensland anyway. New South Wales has a few too. And you got like Bendigo, Ballarat. They're not on the coast. In Victoria, they're sort of half decent size. So each state has a couple of inland sort of cities or towns. But yeah, the bulk of the population is probably within a certain amount of distance of the coast. So yeah, interesting question, that one. Let me make sure that I get...
Interesting question by Sweeney there. When was your last creator burnout?
Ooh. I think mine was about 3-4 weeks ago when I decided that I needed to get away and go on holiday. Because I didn't because I didn't stop over Christmas. Normally I stop for Christmas because I go and see my family, this, that, and the other. For me, it was I didn't stop this year because like my youngest was born. So I just kept going through Christmas. By the time January came around, I was just like, you know what, I really need to stop. So I was sort of glad that I had a week off coming. I went to see my parents, got away, literally turned off all social media, and it's like, oh, it's bliss. So yeah, it's only been I'm still on recovery from it, but yeah, it's back to normal now. But I'm all right now. But I think it is for me. It's like every 3 months, it sort of gets to a point where you're just like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah,
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm struggling. Like the holidays really messed me up. December was a really tough month for a number of reasons, but getting back on track and trying to get to a regular schedule again, and it's been difficult, but slowly working at it.
Doug's like on the opposite of burnout at the moment.
I'm like I need to do more. I need to do more. But yeah, I just don't do enough to burn out yet. I don't think. I'm not. I think I pushed myself to the point of actually hitting burnout.
You need to step it up then, Doug.
I know there's some peripheral things that sort of keep you busy and you sort of, sort of. So
Generally, though, you're pretty right if you get like at least something out once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try. Yeah, like this week just gone, I didn't between the live streams. I didn't publish anything. So
yeah.
I think the YouTube burnout thing shows the strength of who you are, because if you experience it once, then you sort of know how to get through it. If you don't experience it, when it hits you, you're just gonna be like, oh my god, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. I think you have to go through it at least once to know how you can manage yourself and how you know your limits then as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
my burnout's more related to editing and not wanting to edit and just wanting to draw. I'm like, if once I can afford to hire someone to edit everything for me, then everything will be sweet. I'm like, you do the editing and I'll just do the fun stuff.
See, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually find that most of my stuff I have fun in the editing, except for the really complex stuff. Like if I'm actually, because that's like, you know, pretty much where the video kind of comes alive for at least for me in the edit. But most of my struggles is with space right now and just trying to get stuff shot and figuring out, okay, I got to shoot it in this way. I got to tell this story and line it all up to the point where I can put it into the edit. Then it's a lot easier. So.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing is a dedicated space to work in. Even though I've got this set up here, it's literally in my lounge room. Like the TV is just over here, and there's some recliner chairs and stuff. So if people are watching the TV or doing stuff in the house, I can work on like back end stuff, but I just I can't like record anything. I can't record tutorials and stuff because I need to have it fairly quiet.
I think though, other than Nick's live streams, I think pretty much everyone I've seen just does it from their lounge room.
Yep. What you see here is a fake facade. I sit in the corner of my living room with my monitors in front of me, the green screen up, and literally around me is chaos. There's toys all over the floor. There's a crying baby in the corner. There's a TV playing. There's a kid on a potty. It's just chaos in this living room. It just looks like it's controlled.
with the green screens, have you been seeing what Jack and Markiplier have been doing lately with their green screens?
No.
It's funny. They'll be just sitting like because they've got their setup with their their room and their there's foams and lights in the background, and then randomly you'll see that you'll just see them pulling up the green screen and the background's just a different background. So the actual
that's cool. It's like Inception background.
So they're using dual backgrounds. Okay.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Cricket's here. Welcome to the stream. Can't stay, but having withdrawals. LOL.
She's having Nimmin live withdrawals, or
yeah, it wasn't specific. But, it is in the title of the stream. So hopefully that's what we're talking about. Hopefully. Oh dear. Okay, we're all up to date in the chat. Supreme Nick says he's back, so that's good. Welcome back. I was going to say good day to Harley before when he popped in, and I think I was waiting. Someone was speaking, so I was waiting for him to finish. But hey, Harley, thanks for coming to the stream.
Back in a sec, just going to go mute.
No worries. So yeah, so that's what's going on. We haven't talked a lot about YouTube, which is really weird. Apart from that burnout stuff, we haven't talked a lot about YouTube, which is odd. We've talked about everyone's disappearing. I'm getting.
I'm not disappearing.
You're not disappearing. You're just going into your logo form.
Trying something.
You're a voice of a logo.
Yeah. Hold on. Where's my? Because I'm trying to get my. For some reason, maybe if I close this out and then come back in, I'll try that. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you. I saw it great.
Because if I use my camera in the Google Hangouts, when I open up OBS, it won't recognize the camera at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Have you got? So you got to start the OBS camera though.
Yeah, I know.
The virtual cam.
Because I had it. Because I had the camera opened in Google Hangouts. OBS. It was basically saying, "Oh, your camera's already being used," so it wouldn't recognize. So I had to close it all.
Yeah.
And I see Joseph Andrews. Hello all, just dropping in quick. Setting up for daughter's birthday party. Well, happy birthday to your daughter.
I just realized I was going to do the background, but I can't because I'm not in front of the green screen.
You don't have your green screen. I surprised you with this one.
Yeah.
You're not ready. You got to prepare. No Professor Nez living room or office.
No, I was going to do that.
Yeah, that was really great
how
of
did you-
Nez to come on the show, eh?
Yeah,
On
that
the
was
Creator Chaos.
How did you guys get the same background? Did somebody share it out? Did Neil share it out? Or
basically
did
what
you do
happened
that in
was Hybrid took a screenshot of Nez's screen and then just photoshopped Nez out and then shared it in the Discord with a few of us, and we just all put it as our backgrounds.
Right. I thought it would be something like that. Yeah. I thought, oh, gee, because I know you can like add backgrounds in Zoom, so I know you can like just have it up even if you don't have a green screen.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
The only thing with Google Hangouts is because in the bottom little corner the windows are all square, so it cuts off anything I've got like here. Like you can see when it's full screen, but not when it's in like the little speaker mode.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct. Yeah, you don't get that. Unfortunately, with Google Hangouts, you can't even go in like a Zoom mode where you can have everybody sort of play
Like the panel.
like a panel Brady Bunch style, because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was actually looking for that when I came in because I'm so used to the Zoom now.
Yeah,
I was like, "Where is it? Oh, it's not here."
One thing I did notice about Hangouts is when I went to go into for YouTube to set up Google Hangouts, it says that they're actually going to they are actually discontinuing it for YouTube sometime later this year.
Oh,
so
discontinuing it?
Yeah, like the Hangouts on air. Yeah, so.
Really?
They are pulling it. So
can Google get anything right lately?
So I don't know what Viper's going to do, because I know that's his bread and butter. I don't think he can stream without the Google Hangouts.
Yeah,
you just have to go like single camera. I can't bring any guests in.
You can do Zoom. It just you have to pay for like the full featured version.
Yeah.
Oh, are they making it a paid version?
Oh, so I think you can use the free version, but when you if you want any more than like say 5 people, and if you want it to last longer than an hour, like theoretically, I guess if Viper got the paid version of Zoom, he could go for as long as YouTube allows you to.
Oh, you're talking about Zoom. Oh, I thought you were talking about Hangouts.
Yeah, because Hangouts only lasts for 8 hours, which is why his longest stream was 8 hours.
Yeah. I see in the chat, Crypto Cruising has joined us.
Yeah.
Neil, how are you? And Grabster's here. Grabster says, why wasn't I invited to the stream? To be honest, I didn't actually. I just relied on YouTube sharing it. I haven't even tweeted anything out to anybody. I just went live.
So Doug, tell me, what do you think about the new Samsung Galaxy? I hope if Viper ever sees that, he gets a good laugh out of that.
This is what
not enough energy though. You got to like hype it up.
That was the Viper ASMR.
Let's see.
ASMR. Okay.
This is what I think. I think you should just go and buy an iPhone XR. That's what I think.
Yeah.
As long as it's made by Apple, anything Apple, you're fine. Okay. Yeah. Now Samsung's pretty good. Samsung.
I love Samsung.
Samsung's good. I've never had one, but
I've got an Oppo phone.
If you're not going to have an iPhone, you might as well have a Samsung.
Meanwhile, I've got my Oppo, and as I love how Viper calls it the food stamp phone.
The food stamp. Who calls it food stamp?
Viper. If it's like one of those sort of mid to low range phones, it calls it the food stamp phone. So this one only cost me like I think $250. So it gets me by.
Cool. Crypto says just use Zoom. It's got more power. Yeah, I think people need to probably go that route. I know. I need to. I know I've got Zoom and I've dabbled around with it. I'm actually because I like live streaming so much. I actually dabble because I use Ecamm Live a lot now. I hardly use OBS now, but I've got it.
Yeah.
I'm checking some of it because of having a computer like I've got. It's a good thing to try and offload a lot of the processing by doing stuff like the Google Hangouts where you can bring people in and it's not my computer's not the one handling that.
Oh, you should
that
mix up.
bandwidth.
You should mix up OBS with your setup, because then you can do, like, if I need to head out, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with the virtual cam driver.
Yeah, so I'll probably be looking into that. I can do some of that stuff with Ecamm now. They've got a virtual cam as well, and different things like that.
Oh, okay.
So you know, making sure to incorporate that. But what I'm looking at the moment is a new sort of. If you've ever heard of Be Live, which does a lot of it's mainly only for Facebook.
That's the one that I want video users.
Yeah, but you can't do like YouTube with it.
Ah, okay.
So there's another company out there that's just starting. Two young guys started what's called StreamYard. So I'm checking that out, and I quite like it. It's sort of got that Be Live vibe in the way that it works,
right?
Where you can bring guests in online, and it's more of a lobby and bring people in and move them around on the screen, have them laid out, all that sort of stuff. Bring in your graphics. You can upload your graphics to StreamYard. So everything happens on the StreamYard server, like Be Live does. And then
would that be one of those things where if someone if someone pops in, then sometimes you don't want someone to take up for example, on here, if you're talking and I cough, the screen will suddenly come up to because I made a noise. So Google Hangouts just shows whoever's making the most noise.
Yeah. So
would that be one of those things where if you don't want to focus on one frame, you can just choose who is the main frame? Is it?
Yeah, exactly. You choose how you want the layout to be. So you can bring people in, drop them out, have them side by side, have one bigger, one smaller, maybe have 3 people on the screen or something like that. Screen share.
Yeah.
You can do all that stuff. So I want to check that out. Even though I'm a big fan of Ecamm Live, especially for Mac people. Obviously, if you're with Windows, you're out of luck there. But Ecamm Live's a pretty good option. And because Streamlabs OBS, you can't get out on a Mac, so it's it's not even in the equation for me because I don't have a Windows computer.
Well, you could just get yourself a Windows computer. They're pretty easy to build.
Pretty cheap compared to a Mac too.
Yeah, pretty cheap. They
use it just for streaming, or that's what Christina does. She dedicates a PC just for that.
And then you won't be a sheep anymore.
All right, I'm just scouring the chat because there's stuff going on here. Grabster's in there. I can see crypto cruising. There was a question here. There's so much you can do with Zoom. I don't even know half of it. Come to the Zoom side, Doug. He's trying to convince me to go Zoom. I think Zoom. I do like Zoom, and it's something. The video quality in Zoom's good. I don't like Hangouts that much actually. Just from using it the few times I have used it. It's just I think the main one plus for Google Hangouts is you can just go live to YouTube real easy.
Yeah,
and that's probably the only thing really.
It's not very complicated.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, and I'll try to do some basic stuff. Like you can't even bring in any graphics or anything. It's quite limited. So I'm.
Well, you can bring in graphics. It's just you have to do it through OBS.
Yeah, like what you are. So it's basically you're routing your camera through OBS and then coming back out.
Yeah.
And using that as your camera selection. Yeah,
I think it was you, Carl, that got me onto that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, I found it a while ago, and it works pretty well. I haven't had any issues with it, and it's free. So I should put a link in the chat in case anybody wants to download it.
Yeah, I noticed OBS did a fairly decent update. I haven't looked into it that much, but yeah.
I was actually just thinking before, not that I want to go down the what's it called, the guidelines rabbit hole, but I was just thinking before it's going to be interesting after this stream is finished whether the actual comments will be enabled still or not.
Why was something happening in the comments that I didn't see?
No, because as soon as you have like a baby or a child with the new the way Google is, I'm just like, I wonder if the comments will still be enabled or not. Because I don't think any of us thought about that now.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. Speaking of community guidelines and all that sort of stuff, who's been abreast of the? We know what's. I think people pretty much know what's going on with the whole commenting.
Yeah.
Comments being disabled on channels with children or some family channels as well. And different various states of, hey, we're going to turn them off permanently, or we'll turn them off, but you can turn them back on if you make sure that you properly moderate your comments.
Yeah.
Things like that. So then the whole, everything around that thing, the child predators, the Momo, and everything else.
Yeah, that Momo thing was just
that was a distraction, really. That's what.
Yeah,
that
it was
garbage. Like,
it was
pretty sick, if you ask me.
I was going to say the Momo thing was basically you know how they got like the whole dark web unboxings where they're all basically fake. It's like, you know, it's pretty easy to make a box full of random stuff and just go, oh, I bought this off the web, and just pretend that, you know. I'm pretty sure that's what the whole Momo thing was, because there was I did. Some of it might have been real, but for the most part, I'm like, until I've seen actual police reports about that stuff, I'm just going to say it was all sort of rumors.
Okay, so the whole Momo thing is, I shared a video out of a bloke who there's a bloke called Hatman, and he's one of those people. He just talks about whatever's going on in the world, and one of them was Momo, and he basically sat there and said, "Well, 9 months ago this didn't work, so why do you think it's going to start again now?" And basically, what it is it's a sculpture made by a Japanese bloke. Yeah. And the original video was just made just as a hoax. Yeah. And then there was no police reports. There's no nothing. And what bigger prank channels were using it for was to prank other people.
Yeah. I saw it as an actual video game.
And it was just like, fucking hell. And it's just like, sorry about that. But then it's just like the amount of, it gets shared through social media, and then it gets shared into the media. And as soon as it gets shared to media outlets like CNN or Fox or anything, it goes viral.
Yeah.
And it brought so much sort of like publicity to this one thing that was genuinely just fake and all.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. You know, you could put something useless up on the internet like that, and it will just be on CNN next time you know it.
But they were targeting children with that, though. They were specifically sending it.
Faked. But the thing was, I think the way they handled it was actually good, though, because it was fake. But like, you know, there would be some creeps who go, "That's actually a good idea." So they're trying to tackle it before it got to that stage.
Yeah. Not a good thing.
No.
Scaring kids.
No.
Yeah,
we're not for that.
But that Momo thing was actually originally it was like a mobile game. That's where it because I saw that thing like a year or so ago on it was on Jacksepticeye's channel. It was like basically it's like this it was like what Hybrid was saying. It's like the game, like the mobile thing but it wasn't actually with real people. It was like a game where it's like, I've seen a few games like that where like you get, it's like the whole game is based around
that's the thing.
And it's like a scary story game, and it's like all based around a phone.
Yeah.
Fun.
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. I just watched a few of those gaming channels, and I saw them pop up. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting game.
All right, continuing on with the YouTube theme that we're currently on. Now, the biggest thing that's been sort of missed sort of in the last probably 2-3 weeks because of the whole comment. Let's call it comment gate, for want of a better word.
That's a good word.
Is the second apocalypse.
Because we know that in February, YouTube announced that they were trying to be more transparent with community guidelines. They revamped the strike system for community guidelines.
Yeah.
They did, and they started updating various parts of the community guideline policies and start putting them out and say, hey, we've updated this, and basically it's basically new language and sometimes in some instances new enforcement that sort of goes along with the whole warning 3 strike system that they've started doing now. And the one thing that came out like about probably nearly 2 weeks ago now, I think it's pretty close, was what's called the fake engagement policy. And I did a video on this back when about a day or so after it came out. So I put that out. The interesting thing is explicitly telling people that they're definitely going to start enforcing against people who are using sub for sub.
Yeah.
So they're hopefully, which is good, because I can tell you I'm sick of seeing that stuff. I see that stuff more than I want to.
But on the same token, it's also going to tackle the competitions as well.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Right.
If you go onto Facebook and type in sub for sub YouTube into the search, and you'll see groups of them. Like 95,000 people plus have done that. And I'm just sitting there going, I was a bit when it all got announced, I was just like, hi YouTube team, have at it. And I just shared the whole page out, and I'm just like, yeah, go for it. You know, these people don't care.
Let them out, and they'll thin out the herd.
Yeah. I think where you'll see most, you'll see because if people are dropping them in like your comments, you can actually report it as, if you just hit the report button, that'll alert YouTube that particular person is using your comments to do sub for sub.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some interesting, and I know we put filters in to block that sort of stuff from going sort of visual, but you know, you can still report them because it's in your comments. You can see it, so you know, I basically, I don't get too many on my channel, but I did definitely drop a report flag on those because it's considered spam. It's the various types of because it's either spam because it's unwanted, or it's spam because it's what's called incentivization spam, which is the word they used to use, but now they just call it fake engagement because they're talking about you know, whether it's gaming views or gaming subscribers.
And fake engagements, it makes more sense too. Yeah.
And that's where we get to some of the other things like linking to websites that do all the incentivizing for subscribers or views. You know, like you see people do it from time to time. They'll jump in and they'll try and post a link to a site for like buying views or buying subscribers or buying likes. Don't know why you'd pay for likes. Different things like that for getting people to comment on your videos, things like that. And people pay money for this. It's like, don't waste your money.
The reason it's because
they want the link, if you don't mind.
Ever since India became much more active on YouTube, it's mainly, I know this sounds like I'm having to go Indian people, but most of the time if you go onto Facebook groups, these people who are sharing these links out to buy subscribers and stuff are Indians, because they think as soon as they get to 1,000 subscribers, as soon as they get to that much watch time, they're going to be monetized. They're going to earn a ton of money. They don't have to work in India anymore. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. But these websites are set up like literally buy 1,000 subscribers for $29.99, buy 240,000 watch minutes time for this much. And it's really simple. You just click and they basically junk up a server, chuck it onto your YouTube channel, go to one video, watch it, unsubscribe. And then if you look at the way that it's done, then YouTube goes, oh, that video had 240,000 subscribers attached to it. I wonder why. And then that's just a big red flag and just says, yeah, we're going to remove the channel.
And then you remove your channel, and then you can't go to the original website because they're long gone, and you can't get your money back. So
exactly,
lose. You're paying somebody basically to fast track your termination.
It's like, that's a good way to look at it.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And
what's your take on the YouTube taking down channels with no warning then? Because we've got one in the Nimminati at the moment.
Yeah, I actually had a private Discord message from somebody else, other than, I know who you're talking about, somebody else who's probably circling our the same Discord, actually, that Tech showed me screenshots this morning. Their channel terminated without warning. I think what it is it's a
system
that's a case of false positive, or
it's either that or they're getting multiple strikes simultaneously, so you don't get any warnings.
Mobs.
But then, yeah, the thing is that the channel's gone, but then you don't really. The hard part is to try and figure out why, and how to go about trying to get it fixed, and different things like that. The one I saw this morning, it had a lot of Google stuff. It was like your Google account's been terminated, which because the YouTube channel's connected to that was also no longer there. So it's like YouTube, Google, and anything you do on that Google account was like gone. So I think there's those as well as ones that are just channels.
Wow.
I haven't looked into it too much, but there's a lot. There's a lot of different things happening to different people. It's not exactly the same for every person.
Yeah,
You don't know. The problem is you don't know what they have done. They might have inadvertently breached a guideline somewhere they didn't know. And
but the thing is one of the people that came up and actually it's the guy in our Discord. He's been trying to get hold of YouTube for the last 2 weeks. I reviewed his channel not too long ago, and there's nothing wrong on there apart from he was occasionally he was like swearing within the first couple of minutes of his video sort of thing, but that was his reaction to certain things going on. But there was nothing on there that I would say that was rule breaking or that would break a community guideline. Yeah. And then all of a sudden his channel gets terminated. I'm just sitting there going, just why? Because I've seen his channel inside now.
Hey Doug, are you reading the chat?
Oh yeah, I got my Discord going on.
Yeah, you got.
I think I got a message.
Yeah. You're standing at the because someone's knocking at the door.
Neil's trying to get in.
I'm just trying to find where he is. Here we go.
Okay, so I unfortunately I've slipped up once, Neil. We're not allowed to swear on this one.
Dropped it on your Discord, Neil.
Oh, Neil knows how to behave.
I don't know. You've seen him in Chaos streams, right?
Yeah, but I've also seen him hanging out with Dusty.
Dan Norton's in the stream. I see you there. I'm getting caught up on the chat. I was getting right into the conversation there.
Yeah, that's okay.
The fake engagement haven't even touched on it all yet. Let me just get caught up. Everyone's saying hi.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey
Neil.
Don't be tarring me with the same brush as you, Michael. I know how to behave myself. Can I just point out a major problem we seem to be? This is the just got out of bed look, by the way. Hence the deep, sexy voice.
Hey, I love the Star Wars, though, dude.
Cheers, dude. I'll take it off, but I think that would be as bad as swearing on one of Doug's streams. So we'll leave this on for now. I've noticed a lot of people lately, mainly in Nick's Discord, seem to be doing this. The whole monotonous, boring, can't seem to get it through to the thick skull. Why do I get my video removed from using music?
Yeah.
It's like, why do people keep doing this? I only used 5 seconds, or I only used 10 seconds of a popular music song, and they wonder why it gets taken down.
Yeah. In some of the uneducated Facebook groups, people are still sitting there going, "Yeah, it's all right. If you use 5 seconds of a song, you'll be fine." These people are still saying this now.
I was actually because I don't know how many of you guys follow Linus Tech Tips, but he actually Doug, did you just say for me to adjust my audio volume?
No.
Oh, that's weird. It popped up, a little notification just popped up going, adjust your audio volume.
Oh. I've just seen it as well. I just said Doug Hewson adjusted your...
I was just fiddling with my sliders. I didn't know it sent messages.
Doug, can I just say, please don't be fiddling with my knobs live on air. It's rude.
I will keep my hands.
But
anyway, yeah.
Linus Tech Tips, he pointed out the fact that because he uses like popular songs, but he also had to spend $15,000 on a license with Sony Music Group, which
my god,
what a lot of YouTubers, like the bigger YouTubers, done. They spent $15,000 a year with the Sony Music Group, and that so they could actually use the audio and not get copyright claim because they purchased the license, and that's what all the rest of these kids haven't done.
See, unless you got their 15 grand kicking about.
See, I don't know why he's saying maybe because it's live broadcast, because I own I have to have a license to basically play music. Just in case I'm ever doing like a private. Last night I had to do a private function party for someone, which was it was an engagement. It was an engagement party, and I needed to basically show the people where I was working that I had insurance, and B, I had the rights to play music, to broadcast music. But I think once you do it, it's like the Fiverr gig. It's like the voiceover gig I do. There's two levels of license you can add to your Fiverr gig. One is for them to just use it. It's like within jingles and things like that. And then there's two are broadcasting rights. And to add some of the people that add broadcasting rights to the music, they want like the gig might be a $5, but the license for broadcasting rights for your voice, they can charge whatever they like, whether it be $5 or $500. Most people go around about the $80 mark. So
for those in the chat, Neil's a DJ. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's the same in Australia too, because I've had a few DJ friends, and technically they're meant to have those licenses to cover their backsides, but a lot of them don't as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because it's becoming a weekly thing now. You see people asking, well, why is my video being taken down? And it's like, there's so many sites out there that you can use. I mean, you've got one of the best ones was one Christina put me onto, which was Facebook free music on Facebook.
Yeah, and there's a website I found recently that has a pretty good.
Yeah,
and I talked over yesterday.
Sorry, no, that was me then, Beanie. Sorry, I do apologize. Carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say there's like what you're saying with the website, but there was this I don't know, I can't remember the website off the top of my head, but the guy he really knows all about like the license situation. So he's gonna put the ISBN number to put into your YouTube channel. So he's like going, the ISBN number is right there. So like sometimes they will false positive match, but even with that ISBN, they can't like it's there. YouTube can't be like, oh, that's the number, that's all we need. And yeah, so it's probably the same with that Facebook group.
That should be a whole other discussion, I guess, eh?
I think
tricks for music.
The Facebook one is it's just uncopyrighted. It's copyright free music that other people have made. It's but if I'd say 90% of the stuff that I used to use on those overnight live streams, that was all off Facebook free music. There was because you don't need to use the license.
Yeah,
it's free. There's no license with it. You don't have to copy and paste the license. You don't have to give the artist some sort of pat on the back, or like with the YouTube music, you've got to put a link into in your description. You've got to say, I've used this music. It's come from this source. There's the license. That's the person.
The Creative Commons. Right.
Yeah, and once if you're doing a 12-hour stream with just music on, you can't physically fit all them links into the description.
Yeah.
But with the Facebook one, you don't need any of them. So it's just copy, paste, run, done.
Sometimes I like to even though now I don't I choose ones that you don't need to attribute anyway. But sometimes I'll be like, sometimes people go, oh, what music do you use? I just chuck it in there anyway.
The only thing I do with mine is I have a subscription to Audio Blocks, and there's other ones out there, some famous ones and stuff. But I just put in the attribution to Audio Blocks, and then it does get flagged. But then I just go through with the process and tell them I have a license and all that, and then it goes away. Short amount of time.
I use
it's annoying that you've got to actually explain yourself, though. That's
I know
the process. Yeah. We all know YouTube isn't the fastest of problem-solving organizations.
It only took probably 10 years to get on top of some of the other situations.
I use the one that comes with TubeBuddy, which is Audio Hero. So if you got the Pro license, you can get Audio Hero, which gives you a certain amount of music you can download each month, and it's all copyright free. They just ask you, if you put it into your video, you have to use their little icon so people know where it came from. That's literally it.
That's fair enough, though, isn't it?
Last night after my stream, after it all processed, there was a weird music company. I don't know how they found me. I don't know what happened, but they took one small section out of my stream and put a copyright claim on it for just the hold music that's in the game that I know they didn't produce. And I'm just sitting there going, well, no, you can't have that, so I muted it, and then now the copyright claims disappeared.
You know what's funny about that? Again, it's another one of those things where I'm just like, you just browse YouTube and like things get suggested, and there's this thing going on. My video was deleted unjustly, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, see what's about it. And so this guy, he was like, he was a music producer. He made his own music, and then another company copyright claimed his original music. And he's like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually investigate further. And the actual the company that claimed the music wasn't actually a real company. It was because it was a bricklaying company. And he's like going, well, something tells me this bricklaying company had nothing to do with its claim.
Well, it kind of makes you wonder how many predatory music companies are out there just randomly buying up rights and then slapping things on. Because I've had a lot of companies claim that it's their piece, and then meanwhile, it's not even that. It's not even the artist who's getting anything out of it. Like, you know, it's like a company who owns a company who owns a company, then owns the rights, and they don't have the right. You know,
and they're hoping that you don't
investigate it.
Yeah, and also in some cases, like they know that some cases, if you go in for a manual review, sometimes YouTube will just go with the actual company, and they're like going, oh, see, if you manually review, then like I can get your money that doesn't even belong to me anyway, but because I'm the company and YouTube's going to believe me anyway, because, you know, T-Series and et cetera, it's just the music companies get to claim all the music that doesn't even belong to them.
I'm waiting for someone to try copyrighting my intro music because I made that myself, and I've got the original files as well.
Probably going to happen. I'll have a big jolly laugh that day.
Has anybody noticed a big problem with their YouTube analytics lately, like views and watch time on videos?
That's apparently a known issue that they've I think they posted something about that on Twitter today or yesterday or something.
Because I noticed it's been completely different between YouTube Studio Classic and the new beta.
Yeah, that's common. They acknowledged that like ages ago, saying that that YouTube Studio is actually the accurate version, so just use that.
So if you click into your video manager, you'll actually get a really accurate version of how many views that video's had. Because I've gone from the app to the main screen to the video manager, and my views have differed between sort of like 150 to 200 on certain videos. And I'm just sitting there, well, that's wrong.
Yeah, same with the subscriber number as well.
Yeah.
That could be because they're changing systems over, because if the old system had a delay and they had to offload the analytical data, like they had to calculate it and whatever, and the new system's more real time, that could explain it.
Well,
does anybody know when the new Studio beta comes into full effect? As in, like, do you get rid of the old system?
Does Doug know?
They've never set a real date for it. Just sometime this year. They've still got a lot to add to it. I think they just turned on live streaming, but I haven't seen it myself yet.
I saw some guy posted it up on Twitter last night. It looks really nice. Like, it hasn't happened to me yet, but the Studio beta is live.
It does look good.
Are we all prepared for when it does go live for there to be weeks and months of absolute nightmare, hellish major problems?
The thing that I'm sort of disappointed, which I'm sure they're going to fix, they're going to get on top of soon, but I'm looking forward to TubeBuddy's the tag research tool, the way that works in Classic. Once they get that working into Studio Beta, I'm sure they're working on it, but that'll be good. That's why I don't use Studio to the Studio Beta to do my tags. I just use the Classic because it's more integrated with TubeBuddy at the moment.
You know what threw me for a loop was where you edit your playlists.
Well, in Studio?
In the Studio Beta.
Where is it? I still can't find it.
Oh, it's see if I can remember now. I just did it last night because it used to be on the left side you had video, and then you had under video you had playlist.
Yeah.
But I think it's now when you go to the main site, you go to the playlist, and then you go down to edit playlist for the actual playlist. Like it's actually within the right screen now. It's not on the left.
Because the end screen editor is under video editor.
Yeah, let me just see if I can clarify that for you.
It looks like Doug's investigating as well.
Because I kept switching back to classic, going, where do I edit the playlist and move my stuff around?
I didn't think you could. That's why I've been doing that in classic.
See if I go to my channel.
Revert to classic. I just don't like using the beta. I don't know why. I think it's just because you know the classic version better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an experience thing. Like when I was first learning how to use Photoshop, I didn't like it because I was used to Paint Shop Pro at the time, and then after like about a year, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got the hang of this thing now. I'm like, well, I don't need the old version. It'll be the same with Studio. Once you've had a year or so to sort of wrap your head around it, you go, I don't know why I ever liked Classic 4.
Okay, so to edit the playlist, now you have to go to customize channel, like go to my channel and then customize channel.
Wait. So is that actually in Studio Beta?
No, you have to go to no.
Okay, so
this is the only way I could figure out how to do it. So you go to my channel, then you go to customize channel, and then you go to playlists.
Okay, so it's got nothing to do with Studio Beta then.
Yeah, I think that's why I got screwed up earlier.
Yeah, because with Classic you can actually do it through. Yeah, that.
And then you go into the playlist, and then you hit edit down below on the left side. Like you go actually into the playlist and do it that way. I couldn't figure out.
That's not Studio Beta. That's still linked in with Classic. That's just a longer way of getting into the Classic version.
Yeah, it's not part of Studio. It's
no, it's not.
It's just in the old and new layout.
Yeah,
which is
okay. Let me see if.
Yeah, I don't think Studio Beta has. I don't think it has it yet.
Okay, so because that's one of the things I complained to them about. Yeah, because now if you go into Studio Beta, you have videos on the left side, but there's no playlist drop down underneath it.
No.
So that's why I was trying to figure that
out. Hang on. Other features. Until all features are built, you can switch to Creator Classic, learn more playlists, live events, live streaming now, translation, transcriptions, status and features, audio library, customized channel. So let's just click on the playlist under other categories.
Okay, there we go.
New all playlists.
Okay.
It links
now
to
I can edit. Okay.
Yeah, but it links you to Classic. So that's one of the things they're still working on.
Okay. So you can't. The answer is you can't do it yet.
Yeah,
natively.
And I don't think you can. I don't think you actually can edit end screens in Classic anymore. I think they prevented the ability to actually press play.
Talking about end screens as well, Christine, I've seen she put in a Discord the other day that your end screens don't come up on mobile.
They're not explained properly. They're they're sort of if you like sometimes I'll be playing something full screen and I get to the end of the video, so I'll reduce it so I can go watch something else, and I might flicker on for a second.
Yeah.
Where the end screen should be, and it should be there because they're saying, oh yeah, if you want to watch this, it's over here, but there's no button there. And the people who have like an end screen sort of template, and they got the little empty squares because the videos haven't shown up. You can tell, and sometimes they'll flash out for a second. I don't know if you can tap on it and it will still work or not. I'd have
now. Would that be a TubeBuddy thing? Because I use the end screen template.
No, I think it's a YouTube thing.
It's on the mobile app.
Because I know on Chrome in the past, like it wouldn't actually show up on it would show up on Firefox, but it wouldn't show up on Chrome. And because like I watch I usually watch a bit of YouTube on the Chromecast, and I don't know if it's just I've still noticed the end screen, the thing coming up in the end screen card things. Sorry, it's like 3:30 a.m. so my brain's still a bit scattered, but I'm guessing like
early man up.
It's like I think it's like DeFranco and Good Mythical Morning. I'm not sure whether sometimes they still have the video animation, like the thumbnail and their subscribe, like they have the graphic in the end card and then they put the actual elements over the top of it.
I've just had to file another dispute into my channel.
Fun times. Was that a new one?
Same company trying to like claim on another bit of music, which is exactly the same game.
Just now?
Yeah, just now. So I've put another dispute through.
You should give them a wave and say hi to them because they're probably watching.
The thing is, I've just looked them up. It's a company called EX Game.
And send them an email.
Well, no, I've just disputed through YouTube. EX Game Music. Literally, you type it into YouTube, and the first couple of pages are, yep, dispute it. It's all good.
I'll just send them an email and just say, like, why do you keep claiming content on my YouTube channel? Give them your YouTube channel and just say, this music is yours.
They're a troll. They wouldn't respond. They probably just try and pull in a takedown notice.
I do like it when Mike mutes himself, though. It's kind of nice. Wow, he shrunk as well.
Wow. He's getting younger.
Yeah.
Yes. Lost a bit of weight as well. Lost the beard.
I know, it's a shame. It's such a shame that little fella didn't have a beard when it popped out. I still wish it, like, I want to say, like, when he was sharing the photos, you know, when it first popped out, I'm like, oh, he should have photoshopped the beard on it.
Don't tempt me. I'm still thinking about doing that. Photoshopping a beard on Logan and Ollie.
You should do it anyway. I want to see it. They probably look identical. Just put a little set of glasses and a hat on.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, you got to get him a little like hybrid steel cap or something.
Oh mate, I've been looking into getting one. The problem with like the logo I want done is the one I designed for the channel. In order to get a hat for it, I'm looking at like 20 quid a hat just to have the logo. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
I'm not spending 40 quid on
is that printed though, or is that actually embroidered?
That's embroidered because it goes.
Oh,
through,
that's why.
That's why.
Yeah, because
you think
Vistaprint, which is a little bit cheaper.
But you got to think they have to set up the sewing machine for one individual hat.
Yeah. Setup fee.
I think Vistaprint do it for like, I think it's something stupid like 7 quid a hat. So I might look into doing that for the stream.
The question about the whole quid is the quid exactly the same as a pound?
It is a pound. It's just slang terms.
A quid.
Ah, right, there you go.
Yeah, a pound.
It's also a knicker as well.
Yep.
A quid is a knicker, and a knicker is a quid, but a knicker and a quid is also a pound. And in theory, a pound is also a knicker and a quid, which makes them all the same.
We're simple folk here in Australia. We just call it a dollar.
$1.
Same here.
I think in the UK, I think it's regional. It's like, I know up in Liverpool, we'll call Everton's a quid.
Yeah.
But you go somewhere else and it'll be a knicker, and you go somewhere else and it'll be a pound.
I have had thoughts of calling it a Canadian pound, but you know that wouldn't be right.
That just kind of makes you seem like you're overachieving there. Then. Right, I'm going to split because unfortunately my children are en route to destroy my weekend. And make me spend money and
say bye-bye.
Things like that. So I shall leave you guys to
well, just be careful what you say about choosing a nursing home in the future.
Mate, I am not going to live long enough to see a nursing home, believe me.
Bye-bye, yeah. Right, I'm going to be heading off as well because it's that time of day.
Cheerio.
We just needed apparently. So. See you later, Neil. Have a good one, man. And I'll catch you guys in Discord because I'm shooting off as well. So thank you very much for hosting, Doug. You're always a pleasure just to sort of like even watch the stream.
Thank
you very much for having us.
Thanks for popping in. And
peace out, guys.
In the stream.
Cheerio.
Boom.
And then there were 3.
That was the busy period.
Yeah,
that was peak hour, you could say.
What time is it for you, Carl?
It's 11:41 a.m.
Okay.
It's a mid morning.
Yeah,
late morning.
I actually have to help someone with some moving tomorrow, so
okay.
I should not be up too late, and I'm already past my bedtime.
Well, it's like nearly 4 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
I was planning on going to sleep about 2 hours ago.
Yes, I waylaid your sleep. Well, we'll probably wrap things up shortly.
Yeah.
Just saying, checking with the chat. The chat's quieting down a bit.
Yeah.
I can see your real estate whisperer, Christina's in the chat there, saying that they call $1 a buck as well. So, yeah.
And Shelby's yelling out, "Beanie!"
Hey, we didn't get to fake engagement yet, Doug.
Oh yeah, we're finishing that off. Neil popped in and waylaid us with his questions on copyright.
Yeah.
I think the other part of that we were talking about was because it's all based around incentivization of YouTube metrics. We're talking about the comments, the subscribers, views, likes, dislikes, I guess. Basically, they said anything that links out to any service that does that is going to get they're going to remove the links, and then you'll get a warning or a strike for that, depending on where you're at in that process. And then also they said that if you the other thing is if it also relates to sites that have competitions, where the competition or entry to competition is based on, I'm sort of paraphrasing it here, is based on those metrics. So like if you to get an entry, you can subscribe, you get 5 entries if you watch this video, or you get 2 entries if you like the video and leave a comment.
Question for you, Doug. Because apparently that's not against Twitter's terms or conditions. I've been noticing now people going, "Oh, go to my Twitter because we can't say it as part of YouTube, but you can still do it on Twitter. So go to my Twitter for all that information." Do you think that would still apply to the whole you can't link out to third-party things that have, because that would still be like if Twitter and the Gleam thing, that would, even though it's on like a different platform, would YouTube still go, yeah, you're trying to bypass the fake engagement by doing it on Twitter, but still fake engagement?
Well, there's a couple of interesting things with that, but so that's a good point. Yeah, people are doing that for the time being because YouTube haven't come back and said, "Are we?" Because they've already stated they're going to links to Gleam competitions. They're already deleting those. But what Gleam, because Gleam wants to be compliant, they want to be able to run their competition. So they've they've actually updated so you can't any longer subscribe to get an entry or they've actually removed all that now.
Oh really?
I
didn't know.
Yeah, if you go on Gleam's site, they've got some in their updates page. They've been talking about it since late February. The latest one I read this week said that they believe they're compliant. They're compliant now, but I haven't heard anything from YouTube side because once YouTube say, okay, we're going to anything for Gleam, we're going to remove because Gleam is the main one everyone uses. We're removing those until they realize that they're now compliant. Hopefully, they realize they're compliant and actually change their directive to the people who are looking for those links. The human reviewers, I guess they're called.
So I'm wondering how.
I don't even think YouTube knows.
This is a pretty gray area then, because like giveaways and stuff like that. Is that, you think like giveaways are basically going to go the way of the dinosaur?
You can do it. You can do a giveaway, but you can't make any of the entries based on an action on YouTube.
Yeah, and
so
also
you have to be a subscriber because then that's going to gain you some subscribers because somebody watching your video may not already be subscribed.
But when you think about it, it might not even just be about fake engagement because they might also be trying to cover themselves for the whole legality side because competition legalities are different in different countries, and some countries might even hold YouTube accountable to like the legalities of holding competitions. So they might just be wanting to avoid competitions in general and just like like targeting fake engagement. Yeah, sure, but also they might be like trying to just keep themselves protected as well.
I'm wondering if there's space here for YouTube to develop some kind of like giveaway app through their own platform, and then they can sort of manage all the laws. Like how they did with Super Chat, where this isn't available in your country, this is. I wonder if that's going to become a reality.
They should.
I think they should too.
Interesting.
Because it would keep it within platform, then they can control it, and might be something they could do. because like even within not so much in Canada, but the states, even in between, I know different state laws too to do with competition or things that might get classified as, you know, sweepstakes. They're a little more strict down there between states. So,
and I heard actually I heard it was during Vid Summit during one of the speeches the girl with the cat ears, she was talking about on Instagram how to do it's not, you can't do like giveaways on Instagram. That's against their terms as well. So she does like, it's like gifts or something. It's like to win a gift, it's like you can't say it's like some sort of terminology you're not allowed to use. So it's like to win a gift or something, or to receive a gift, do X and X.
Yeah, calling it a gift rather than say try and win something, right?
Yeah.
The terminology maybe, yeah.
And just in case people at YouTube are watching this, I'm not giving you ideas of workarounds. Just
jumping in the chat. There's some chat on this. Hey, Christina says, firstly says you can't steer people off the platform. I thought, and that's a good point. That's I think that's you want to try and keep people on YouTube generally, as we know. Nick talks about that. You know, trying to keep people on YouTube. They try and push people off to your socials all the time.
Yeah.
And obviously, your links in your descriptions. Hopefully, more of them are pointing to other videos, which is keeping people on the platform than rather sending them to affiliate links, which there's no problem with affiliate links and things like that. But any obviously there's the whole link policy that they put out a couple of months ago as well.
YouTube actually have a link of when you're in the end screens, when you put in like your links for like, you know, Patreon, that they've actually got a list of approved outside website that you can use to link to, and Amazon, and that are part of their list.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet because I'm not quite there. I can't use those links yet.
You can't. Oh, yeah,
you got to be in the partner program,
right? To use. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about either.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I'm close. I'm in review.
Okay, so for those of you who haven't got into the partner program, one day when you guys are able to get in there, there's when you get your video list, you get your subscribe, and then they've also got a link, a website, and then they got like when you start setting that up, they've actually got a little. I'll see if I can actually get put a link. Actually, I wonder if I can do that now to like get the, because it's on its own separate website, a link to their approved.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in their help pages, YouTube help pages.
Yeah.
They got
so is it like an approved list of?
Yeah, it's like
websites, external websites
that
they
okay.
And
yeah, so it's like Spreadshirt and Teespring,
all those, and some of the payment platforms like Patreon and those ones.
Yeah,
so it's a whole gamut of sites where some of the people can like buy your stuff or get tickets to something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Christine also says, I just add to my trivia description, you do not need to subscribe to win. Yeah. It's I guess because you're sending people off to Gleam for a competition, for example, and because Gleam have those entry conditions, like,
but it's also incentivization as well.
Yeah, because you have to do those things because you get, as a reward, you get X number of entries into the competition. Like even like Sean Cannell, Think Media, he using Gleam all the time for his camera giveaways.
But I think what Christine was just mentioning, there's not even regarding to Gleam, but like if you're just doing a trivia, like what you do, like
Travis,
like if some people might think that you have to to win, you have to subscribe. So it might be like, just saying, oh, you don't have to be subscribed to win trivia is like just a way to sort of make sure that you're above board, even with that linking off platform. Because I think that's the other thing, like YouTube could sort of misinterpret that as a sub for sub if you have trivia, and like people might. I haven't seen anyone going, oh, you have to be subscribed, but like that'd be a good way just to be completely sure that you're above board from the very beginning.
See, actually, this opens up another thing too, like in terms of, people sharing information on the platform as far as privacy control, why wouldn't they want you subscribe to your channel in order to win? Because then there's at least some sort of verification there, right?
Yeah.
That's another issue. Like if you're, you know, like people share an address and stuff, I could see how certain information would get transferred if they're, you know.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's meant to be what your PO box and all that kind of stuff is, but on the same token, it's
no. I mean for the participant though.
Yeah, to notify the people, you know.
Yeah, because Facebook just had a big crackdown, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't use
on
Facebook.
All their. Yeah, I mean, they're in hot water right now about more privacy controls and selling data and all that. So
yeah,
this is a big topic right now.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about anyway.
Yeah. So the thing is with the whole competition side of things, and in particular Gleam is probably the number one, because that's the one I've looked into and that's the one I'm sort of monitoring. When I saw their latest post about they believe they're compliant, but there's no word from YouTube, which I think I mentioned before. I tweeted YouTube at Team.
I don't think they know.
A few days ago, and I had zero response. And you know, I know what their Team YouTube account's like. You don't always get a response.
I don't think even YouTube knows. They're like, well, we don't know either, so we're not going to answer until we you know, they don't mention anything until like they can confirm it completely.
Yeah, the thing to know about if you're ever talking to these social media accounts, particularly for YouTube, for example, being such a large company, YouTube, which is then under Google, which is even bigger. These social media accounts, these are sometimes offloaded to, they're contracted out. They're not necessarily YouTube staff answering your questions. That's why they're responding with stock standard answers and default. If they ask about this, tell them to do this, this, and this. Send them this link to this Google Helps document about how to do this on YouTube. That's why you always get those stock answers and you don't get specific answers.
The good old, that doesn't seem right. Please send us a thing. Yeah. I just love that whole, that doesn't seem right.
You know, they certainly personalize it with some elements, but if it's a response about a specific issue, then all they're going to do is point you to where you can get the answer or what the process is to get it done. And a lot of that is scripted. So they're just cutting and pasting. That's why sometimes you ask one question, you get the answer to something completely different because they've pasted the wrong answer. To the wrong question, basically. One
thing I do like seeing though in there sometimes is on the Twitter account, you'll see like someone posting something in a like say Spanish thing, and then they'll answer in Spanish. So they've obviously, and actually in the creator Insider video, I think it was just today or yesterday, they had a girl saying that they're like working on getting multiple languages and all that going as well. So, good old human element.
Yeah.
Well, they have Google Translate, so they should be able to.
Yeah, but they're like hiring people to actually answer in that
really?
Language. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Human intervention. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all to do. Was that the whole thing about with? Was that the monetization one?
That was the most recent one.
The Indian girl and Barbara. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Barbara had her own gaming channel as well.
Yeah, she's a gamer. That's why she's so boisterous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, that's the gamer style. So
and like kind of like with Andrew, where she's got like I think she's got 10,000 maybe. I'm not sure exactly how many subscribers, but she's also got the verified check mark.
Yeah, if you work for YouTube, I'm sure.
Yeah,
they work for us. We know who they are.
Yeah.
They are who they say they are.
Yeah. I almost think that she should become the CEO because considering she actually talks to us.
Or her or Tom.
Yeah, I like them both. I think in the last video, I think she had a picture of Tom, like a picture of Tom on a T-shirt or something. Like there's like a little there's like a little Easter egg of Tom in the frame because he wasn't in the video that time.
Who are we talking about?
Creator Insider. Do you watch their videos at all?
Not very often.
Okay, because Tom's like he's the guy that does a lot of the videos like in the room full of chairs.
He does all the updates. Like this happened on this date, and we're rolling this out for
Oh,
creators
okay.
and-
Okay.
yeah.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's based over in somewhere in Europe, I think.
Oh, okay.
He does his stuff from Europe, and I think Barbara's in
California.
That is good that they're doing more and
Yeah.
trying to be more transparent about what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
she
really
was
like
actually she was in the comments she was actually in the comments answering as Barbara, not as Creator Insider. So that was cool.
Oh. Christina's saying, I need a human for my AdSense. Yes.
Yeah.
And then says,
They need an entire help team for the AdSense, I think.
yeah, the AdSense. Yeah, I think
That's
It's
weird.
terrible.
They
yeah,
keep
that's Google.
Mm.
Yeah.
Come on, Google.
Yeah, it's gonna
They
take
need
it.
a full support team so that
So-
they have agents that can actually
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
channels of all ages, because I think they only really respond to the larger ones.
Unless Daryl leaves, good luck at getting any contact with any of them.
Yeah. Although I will say on Twitter, if you go through the Team YouTube
Yeah.
and that sort of thing, you can get
Sometimes.
some answers back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they're very. It's almost like it's like a separate entity, right? Because YouTube doesn't really control it, right? So it's like a separate team. And,
Yeah, because AdSense, because they're paying up people for ads on websites and all sorts of things. So it's not just YouTube
Yeah.
that they deal with. So they're dealing with any type of advertising that you're hosting for Google Ads. They're paying you out for the clicks and the views. That's why when you get in the partner program now, you got to follow the community guidelines. You got to follow the partner program policies. You got to follow the AdSense policies. There's like so many policies that you have to.
And one of
be
their
abreast of.
one of their videos they did, I think it was last year or just sort of near the start of this year, when they were sort of like how to get into the partner program. They were kind of giving the implication that just like having the 1,000, 4,000, and then community following the community guidelines, that even that's not going to guarantee like they're like almost getting to the point going, oh, and we want to make sure that you're contributing original content that we're looking for. So if you're a gaming channel and you don't provide anything, like you might have follow all the guidelines, and that's why some people are going, oh, I've got 100,000 subscribers, etc., and I still haven't been monetized. It's almost getting to the point where it's like maybe they just if you're not unique enough, they just won't monetize you anyway.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for a level of creativity or uniqueness. Not to be like you can't be like somebody else, but they don't want you to, reusing other people's content. Obviously,
or just even unique ideas. Not even just copying other people's content. But
I think you have ideas, but they don't want repetitive ideas like within the channel, particularly like countdown channels, like top tens. Like if you do that, or how to ride a bike. On
See, I
streets
think
beginning with
that's
the letter A.
Yeah, I think that's kind of wrong though, because the thing is, your analytics are going to tell you what your audience is, what your audience engagement is, and your audience should be directing that. Other than the spam type channels and all the stuff they're cracking down on now, which is fine, totally understand that. But your audience is going to dictate what's popular, what's not on the platform.
You know what they
so
could,
it shouldn't be that decision shouldn't be one of the criteria for the partner program. To level the playing field, which is the way it used to be, is you hit a certain threshold, you're accepted into the program within a certain amount of time. Obviously, there's an administrative overhead, and that should be the way it is. They shouldn't be cherry picking.
Or they should just do like the way they originally did and go, you don't even get in unless you're invited.
Yeah, and that, to me, that's kind of wrong. If you want to cherry pick the top end guys, the guys who are getting the high end contracts and they're pulling in the most money, fine. But, top 10%, top 5%, totally understandable. That's
because that's how
the guys just getting 1,000 subscribers and stuff. I mean, we're not talking a lot of money anyway.
Yeah,
because
how they started, like back in the days when PewDiePie mentioned that. When he was monetized, he was invited to, and sometimes before that he got rejected when he applied for it. So, back in the day, there was no monetization. They would go, okay, your channel's got this, we're going to start paying you, and then the problem was they opened it up to everybody, and once you open up to everyone, and then you start restricting it, that's when all these issues started.
Yeah, there's no doubt they've had some controversy over a lot of decisions they've made with it for sure since it's come out. But
such is life.
Yeah. Yeah. So some of those things that they're looking at are to do with if that, because I don't want to, because I can understand you don't want to be monetized, because it's all doing monetization. It's like not to do with, you can still be on the platform.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Things, but don't expect to get money through their ads, because advertisers have a certain level of expectations as to what content their ads are on. That's why they want it on, the certain violence and the ones that exploiting children and different things. All the things that have come up. Yeah. That that might be going on somewhere that YouTube are cracking down on, and so and they're trying to get that stuff off the platform altogether, which is fair enough. But yeah, I guess advertisers don't want to advertise on certain videos because it doesn't really match up, and that's why they have all those. From an advertiser point of view, they have the ability to choose, target certain videos and that are going to perform better for their ads. Now there's the three areas that you have to qualify, your whole channel has to generally meet those requirements. Obviously, community guidelines, everybody has to meet those anyway. The partner program policies have some interesting things about duplicate content and stuff. So obviously, if you're uploading episodes of a TV show or something, obviously you can't monetize that because it's not your content, and it's even you're breaking copyright anyway. But people try and get around it. And you don't see as much of that stuff on YouTube. It's still out there.
I think they also like repeating content too often. Like if you say how to play drums, the next video how to play drums, the next video how to play drums, and trying to also sort of prevent that too.
It's repetition. It's
but again, but again, what I was referring to is if you're playing by the rules. I'm not talking about all the exceptions where people are cheating the system. I'm talking about if you're playing by the rules, like most of us as creators are, then it should be one way, right? There shouldn't be favoritism going on when you have reached their thresholds, and it's like okay, well, what's going on? That's all I'm saying. As a fair platform, getting that balance for them definitely is a challenge.
But I will also say with the opening, like the meeting the requirements, when people I can understand people getting frustrated, going, I've hit my 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch time hours, and then they're like, YouTube trying to suppress me, trying to take away my money, living, etc., etc. I'm like, well, you're not making that much to complain about. Like, it sucks that it's not a level playing field, but on the same token, it's like you're not missing out on much to complain about to begin with.
But it's the perception. I mean, if they say one thing, do another, it's not good for them. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's regardless of
one of the many
money or anything. I mean, YouTube's an evolving platform. We all know that, Doug, right? Technology's changing. They're trying to find ways to balance. I mean, this goes back to the whole sort of rating system that they need to work on to be a leader, to come in to please the advertisers at the same time balancing with the viewership and the audience. So
basically the monetization and communication is where they really need, and the balancing the playing field is where they need to get the levels. But the one thing, even before Apocalypse and all that happened, when they go, demonetizing this video is not suitable for all creators. I always thought that the choice of where your video, where your ads appear, because you don't want your ads appearing on this kind of content, but I always thought that the advertiser actually, when they were putting out the advertisers, they'd be like, well, I want all my videos to show up on a PewDiePie video, but YouTube are like, well, we don't think, YouTube is sort of deciding for the advertisers as well. They're going, okay, well, some advertisers might not like this kind of content, so we're not going to push out this. Whereas the advertisers, I can almost imagine some of the advertisers we want our content, we want our ads to appear on this kind of content, but you're not giving us that option. So that's probably the sponsorship thing. That's like how PewDiePie has got some of these I think that chair company, and some of them they basically reach, and G Fuel they reach out to PewDiePie because they're like, well, our ads might not even necessarily show up on his video, so we'll just, you know, get our ads directly through him.
Yeah, and I think that's going to change. I mean, as the more choice comes in, and it's just like you said, finding that balance is pleasing advertisers, pleasing the audience, and pleasing the creator. So that, and they'll get there. It's just like we've seen so many changes in the last even 2 years.
What they need to do
on the platform,
they need to sort of like, what they've been doing is reactionary. They need to sort of like go, okay, this is what might happen in the next 10 years. We need to build up these things that could, like with the whole, you know, with the predators online. They really should have had all that figured out 10 years ago, because it's not a new thing. They should have been like on top of this like 10 years ago, rather than going, oh, this just happened. Okay, we have to, like, you know, we have to make a stand right, like, you know, suddenly, so it looks like we, you know, we're on top of things, but it's like a reactionary thing. It's like, no, well, you've had 10 years to sort of brace yourself for all these things. Like, surely there's somebody who, you know, works in the organization and goes, okay, these are the kind of situations we have to, you know, sort of prepare for in the future if it happens.
like a chief strategy officer or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm surprised they don't have something like that.
I mean, I think part of that comes down to the fact that YouTube still is a business too, right? And the way businesses run, a lot of times they are reactionary. And because this technology was so new, I mean, really, realistically, it's still pretty new. It's changing all the time.
Yeah.
They probably do have some of that, and I mean, we're not in the boardrooms, right? So we don't know what the chief technology officer is coming to YouTube, you know, management and saying, look, we have to think about this. We have this on the table. And then management probably says, well, that's not in the budget this year. We're going to, it's, you know, like there's a whole bunch, like I've been in corporate before, so I understand how some of those decisions get made, and they got blindsided a few times, like the PewDiePie adpocalypse.
Yeah. They could have,
you know, they got blindsided by that. Yeah. They got blindsided by a few other things as well. So I think that's why they're seen as reactionary. And the other reason they have is because they weren't as transparent with a lot of their communications up until now. So there's a lot of things there. I think the platform's going to get even better. And like you said, maybe they have more strategy sessions going forward. They're getting a little smarter. They're learning. So I mean, I'm hopeful like things are going to get even better.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
He's just like,
I'm starting to flag a bit. It's like D-Nimmin, and I've run out of M&Ms.
We're kind of like we're all like me and Doug especially, like we look like we're drunk, but we're just like half asleep.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you guys in those time zones.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, it's like it's about time for lunch here. So
yeah, I'm just looking. I saw Paint and Sound come in. Also, 3D plastic.
See, normally
fantasy, I believe, if I can read it properly. I'm losing my train of thought now. Here we go.
No worries.
I'm usually when it comes to moderating chats, I'm usually halfway through the stream. I'm just like, all right, me and the other moderators tackle this now.
I'm like, Beanie's falling asleep again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think YouTube are working to be more transparent. I think that's going to take them a little bit of time to do.
And investment too. I mean,
yeah.
I think they're learning.
Well, they definitely got the money.
Yep. Well, we hope so. We hope so. How's everyone in the chat? The chat's gone a little bit quieter.
What is that?
Starting to drop off.
It's a T-Rex hand puppet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Subscribe to Doug Hewson.
There you go, you heard him, peeps.
Smash the like.
If I start doing hand puppets on my channel, I think I'll be in trouble.
You might do well. You never know.
Yeah. Maybe what I need to do is, that could be an idea. How to draw a dinosaur using a hand puppet dinosaur. So go, all right, what we're going to do today is we're going to do I just made up an idea just then.
You could draw self portraits with hand puppets, Beanie.
Yeah. There you go. There's an idea I just thought about. I'll have to completely forget about it.
T-Rex drawn by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Nice. I think we're going to wrap things up because I need to get some sleep. I'm supposed to be helping somebody load their car. They're moving stuff out of the garage, and I need to help them.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, sort of late morning, lunchtime-ish. So
Yeah,
sounds good.
I need to get a few hours of sleep. And thank you to everyone who's dropped in. I don't know how long we'll be running for because this Google thing doesn't tell me nothing.
Stream started 2 hours ago.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that sounds about right. So thank you very much for coming by the Nimminati Saturday Withdrawal live stream. Just some banter and some hanging out to keep us filling in that little void, or that little hole that Dee and Nick are not filling this week for us. Hopefully, Nick will have some more streams coming, and Dee's probably going to be doing his regular stream tomorrow as usual. So look out for that on his channel. What is happening in there? Just looking at the chat, make sure there's no final questions there. I see everyone's on there. Well, thanks for stopping by. We actually did talk a little bit of YouTube and content creation stuff in amongst all the other random topics that came up tonight, and I can't list them off because my brain is not working. Make sure if you want your Beanie Drawers shirt like this, go check out Beanie Drawers store on Redbubble or wherever else. You're still on Redbubble, aren't you, Beanie?
Yeah.
Go check it out. You get stuff like this. You can get the cards like that and all sorts of other merchandise. I always promote it when I'm wearing the shirt these days. Anyway, that's it. We'll catch you guys later. I got no end screen today. Let me hit stop.